That is
Um,
just
All
mean.
right.
Not bad.
Welcome back to the game. This is episode 59 with a goal of having our final episode be 69. So shit's going to get real when it gets real. Anyways, with that said, this is Phantoms of the Past. And tonight, I believe, Sensora will be taking our recap.
Indeed. Last time on the Phantoms of the Past, there's something about death that brings out all the love that the person has made in their entire life. Reunited with Judith, we disembarked. With the service happening in a few hours, I had more work to do. So I left for the Aku home, while the others would see to business in other places of Icarus. I encountered a squatter in my humble abode, an awakened goat who apparently had been awaiting my arrival. He was apprehensive, but I eventually had him agree to being roommates. Although I'll be leaving again soon, and he'll be taking over again upon my departure. I'm not cleaning up that mess. This had been the second funeral of a mentor I had been a part of. Just as heavy, if not more heavy, than the last. My friends carried forth the words that came from their hearts. Nothing but resplendent love for their teacher, friend, and father. The eulogy I prepared was meant to speak of not only of the true essence of Luce's character, but to illustrate the world he had painted for the people around him. What virtues he taught, and have been passed to us. What we will take with us, until one day it is our time to be sent off by the people we grew to love. And with a lantern to send him off, the sky would be soon full of them, guiding Lewis to his next adventure, and telling him how much he was loved. My master's son was in attendance. He was going to personally see us to the islands for much needed time to recover, to mourn, and for me to return home. Not quite the same, but also time, not that much. A mysterious rune warrior accompanied him, a being of the sea by appearance. One that will also join us forward, along with Lilith, on her own path of healing. Whether the outcome is further strife, or that of acceptance, I hope to see her through. But a deal is struck in the backgrounds of the castle, as Judith, Aria, and J.P. Morgan undergo a decision, a piece of paper that would finally seal the fate of the valley, with Amrud appearing from the shadows and nearly scaring the pants off of Morgan. But it was a decision, aided by Mother Nature's efforts, where a signature would be drawn. But pants did fly off as Morgan decided he would take a dip into the fountains despite George's warnings. Shameless man. While we walk forward without our Lewis, we also do not leave him behind. His teachings and words will also influence our actions in the future, so that we may make error into excellence, his indomitable spirit immortal in our hearts. To the Turtle Islands, to home. I just hope none of my friends experience being turned into a sheep, or spontaneously exploding, and those are just a few things that could happen.
You know what to do. Get the perspective, D2+1. Excellent.
Solid.
Thank you for joining us. Let's get back to the City of Tears. It certainly held up to its namesake last week. The morning after the funeral, everyone in the city that's meant to be here has remained, and those who weren't left. You will notice that the Tangled are all present, if you were to communicate with Aria, she can inform you that they are stationed here permanently, protect the city in honor of Lewis. And you may notice she's got another person that's really pissing off Oof. So Oof tries to make Aria jealous by trying to spend more time with Judith, working. Because Noble is attached to Aria's heel. Wherever she goes, Noble's not too far. Other than that, how are each of you starting your mornings in this city? And today, towards the afternoon, we're meant to take off towards the islands. So also think about your final preparations and stuff.
Phoenix, it's time to get ready.
Already? Ugh.
Today's the day.
Oh man, I told Auntie Sindra I'd eat her breakfast this morning. Are you hungry?
Always.
We gotta at least go eat her food. She always hates it when we don't eat, and quite honestly, I do like eating it.
Mm-hmm. We should also make sure we pack up plenty of water. I once tried surviving off of the salt water when I was making my journey. It was a bad idea.
Well, I wonder if the forge we could desalinize it.
Also, sometimes has strange side effects.
I thought I had read about that. I'm really curious what it's gonna do with my gadgets.
For my own ability or lack thereof of keeping my dignity, I shall not explain what happened to me.
I can imagine.
But please, let us fill our bellies and prepare for a journey of a lifetime.
All right, hang on. I gotta clean up. And she just starts throwing her stuff in her sack. I imagine every night she ends up working on Jenkins, and so she's cleaning up. And they'll be on the way.
Jenkins is pretty optimal. Half of your stuff that you weren't using is already packed.
She'll look at him, shrug her shoulders, and keep going on.
Dora looks to her room, which is messy, and she spies a certain gift from her roommate in the corner, and she will say, "Look, lean her over her shoulder and say, actually, you may have to go ahead for a bit. I will catch up.
All right, are you sure?
I'm just not as prepared, and I guess I should clean this before I go."
You know, there's things we can do to secure this place while we're gone, if you
I
know
mean,
what I mean.
he's just a goat. There's no reason why he shouldn't stay.
From where I'm from, goats stay in pastures or barns, not in the house, but up to
Well,
you.
if I come back and he's eating my favorite pillow, I'm having some goat bacon.
Really, I never thought I'd hear you say that.
What? I like meat too.
All right. All right, I'm off. She throws her pack over her shoulder and taps Jenkins. Come on. And she levitates up in the air and floats out the door.
Sora will go into said room, do her best to clean it, and getting her painting supplies and her canvases ready. She will actually dip into town to secure a lot of drinking water before joining Phoenix over where she's going. Just kind of taking care of that for Phoenix.
Sure. What are the rest of you up to?
I imagine Aria has got a routine with Tenethil. Got to raise him to be a proper leader, up early in the morning, doing his studies. I'm sure she's found somebody who can be a tutor to him. And going about trying to bring some comfort to the palace without disrespecting Lewis's memory, but just trying to make sure things don't devolve into a horrible cloud of gloom and doom.
Okay. And your morning routines with Tento are pretty simple. Nothing out of the unusual today. He would have a single question for you. Let's say. So with Lewis out of the picture, there's no one to stand in my way. Is that correct?
Only you, my dear. You got a bit of smartening up a little bit to do, a little more maturity, but yeah, I mean, the kingdom's actually yours. You say the word, I'll step aside.
See. And he studies this photographia he has of the party. And he just keeps looking at Lewis. You can see he's really attentive onto him, and that's pretty much what that is.
Do you mind if I ask you a question, young king?
Sure.
Did any of the words from yesterday settle within you? Anything stand out? Something to hold on to?
I questioned if Lewis was an honorable man. But I see that his final moments speak louder than any words could, even those spoken at his funeral. I misjudged him. Perhaps along the way it would be important for me to use my power as a king, to be patient, really take everything in before I act.
She will kneel down so her head is at his level, and she'll raise her right hand and reach up to touch his cheek. You are wise beyond your years. You are going to make a marvelous king.
And he chuckles because he's so mature, he thinks about it, kind of like Aang style. Well, you know, I'm a few hundred years old, actually.
That's right. I forget about that sometimes.
Even though he's really just like 11, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Is anyone else? Oh, sorry. Are you done with Tenetsu?
Yeah, she wants to make sure she sees the party before they leave, but other than that, that's all I got.
Absolutely. So Rhea would know that, and you probably even advised against taking a breather, but she wouldn't have it. Minerva has an airship for them in the afternoon, so you'll probably be at the airship when they go to Minerva or around that area.
Sounds good.
All right, cool. So anyone else have anything they would like to kind of prepare or do in the morning?
Yeah, I can do a little something.
Go for it.
That's fine. Judith would be at the Between the Flames post, gathering a bunch of things she's gonna need for the trip. I'm not really sure how long this trip is gonna be, so I'm gonna bring like a bunch of paper, because I'm gonna get a lot of photos, and a bunch of ink, just like, you know, investigation supplies, like that kind of stuff.
Shall I put that on the bill?
I'm pretty sure this goes underneath my my allowed items, but yeah.
All right. And how long will the leader of this post be gone?
I'm not really sure. I think we're gonna maybe a couple weeks. Gonna get a little dicey out there, I think.
I'll do my best to represent you in your sense.
Oh, thank you, Gentle. Thank you. If there's anything that pops off or something that becomes too dangerous, just give me a shout, all right?
Absolutely. That'll be the first thing I do.
She like goes to like make like a sarcastic comment, and then he goes, I appreciate that. All right, I'll see you soon, Gentle. Which is Judith's passive? I don't know. 12. Are you sneaking around my shop, bro?
Yup.
What are you doing?
Probably after Gentle would have left. You would hear like maybe like the snap of a branch nearby as Lilith comes close. I've always been a little curious. How did a reporter get involved with all of this?
Talking to me or Gentle?
Talking to Judith.
Oh, okay. Very easy. I was assigned to them from Between the Flames. It's pretty big news when a group like this met up at the school, and I was just assigned to them. Still am.
Hmm.
Why do you ask?
You seem to be pretty important to them, so I was wondering, what are you first? A hero or a reporter?
Well, I'm a reporter first. That's literally on my resume. They all know that. What brings you to this group? Do you see Judith is like, she's getting like a few, like she has like a few packages and stuff that she's kind of putting in a box as she's talking.
Well,
How'd you get to join up with this group? What's your connection there?
I was one of the Feathered Furies under Mother Nature. We had met up on their last assignment, going after Palm's crown that was stolen. I only knew Lewis for a short time, but in that short time I saw the nature of his heart and the strength of his conviction. And so I've been looking more into this group of yours and wondering if each of you are as strong as him.
You are a very dramatic talker. Is this like a do you spruce up? Would you get a little more comfortable?
Sorry. But mm, maybe this was a bad idea.
No, it's okay. I'll tell you one thing. There's not a lot of us are probably not a lot of this group are maybe as heroic and self-sacrificing as Lewis, but Lewis was the best of us or best of them in that regard. Um, he'll be missed, but at the same time, what the rest of the members of the group have is something incredibly special. I've seen it from the beginning. I've seen what they've been able to do and what they've been able to accomplish, and what working together truly brings to the table. So, if you're here to watch along with them and to see and test their might or their heroic purposes, I think you are going to be wowed. Each one of them is a true hero. Me, I'm just the one that gets to take photos of it. And then she, as she's been putting together all these boxes, she hands Lilith a small gift. It's very very beautifully wrapped, and all the other ones that she had been putting in there, like a lot of them were like there were other wrapped gifts, but she hands one to Lilith.
What is this for?
Well, I heard you'd be coming with us, so I wanted to uh, just give you a little token to say that I'm happy that you're here. You can open it if you want.
Well, if you insist. and she'll go ahead and open it.